So today we're going to take a look at the new offering from Vauxhall, the Meriva. This is the second generation of this car. The previous one was a smaller one. I think it was based on the Corsa actually. As you can see there, this is the common rail diesel turbo injection. I believe it's 1.7 diesel. That's what it looks like. Kind of a gunmetal grey colour, probably not the best. Now, my partner really likes the shape and the colour of the car. Personally, I don't like it. So, let's talk about the features. It has these special doors, open really wide. So if you're less abled, you can get yourself comfortably inside there. Another feature is, it has like a suicide setup. So you can both get in quite easily. The idea behind this, it's easier if you've got children. As you can see, that's what it looks like there with a couple of child seats in there. Now, the problem I find with these doors is on their own, they're quite good. Used together is where you get problems. Imagine a car park, and you get out of the car, and there's obviously another car here, and then your mate gets out of the thing there. What you've done is you've made a blockade between leaving the car park. Can't get out this way, can't get out that way. Obviously previously you would have opened the door, stepped here and gone out, and obviously bear in mind his door would have just been by the side. So the doors is a bit of whether you like it or not really. For me it's a no. The boot, operated by a button below, lifts up. Oh, quite heavy. And there we go. You can fit a normal size pushchair in there. Has some cubby holes. Store nothing at the moment. And there we have the stuff to do the spare tyre. It's got its own pump actually. It's quite clever. Pump up the tyre. So if you do get a flat tyre, you pump it up via this onboard pump. I don't know if that works, turn on. No. So obviously you have to read the book. Underneath is more storage, but no spare wheel. It's an optional extra. Welcome to the future of budget cars, guys, where your spare wheel is your optional extra. So in the back has these multifunction seats, which slide in, slide out, using the rail at the bottom there, as you can see. Very handy, do all drop down. The partial itself also drops down, so you do get quite a bit of extra room. If we look inside, have all these buttons, a dashboard with a storage there, not massive. Has this thing, I don't know what Vauxhall call it. You put your drink in there, and then you can slide it behind the back if you wish. And there's a gap with two more drink holes. They're right down there. Not quite sure what that's all about. So, here we are inside the car now. And what you may notice is there's an awful lot of buttons. There's no handbrake. You have a parking button. It has buttons on the steering wheel. It has buttons down there. It has buttons on the end of the little sticks. More button. Button there. Buttons there. Buttons there. Buttons everywhere. It has lots of buttons. If you like buttons, this is the car for you. Now, when I first got this car, I made a mistake. I put my key in the ignition like so, and turned it. All the dials lit up. I went, okie dokie, let's give it a whirl. So I turned the key, and it did that. And I thought, what the hell's wrong with this car? It's not in gear. The brake's on. That's the brake, by the way. No handbrake turns in this bad boy. But when I tried to turn on, it didn't start. How you actually start the car is with the clutch. You plus the clutch in, you turn the ignition, then push the clutch, know what you can really see down there. There you go. And off she starts. How bizarre. So it took me ages to work that out, believe it or not. So back to the buttons. It has an awful lot of them. This is your handbrake. You press it down, and it beeps again. You hold it and it beeps. It's got an error code 6. This car's done 3,900 miles. The CD player. Turn it on there. Plays music. You can also config from here. Languages, time, date, radio settings, vehicle settings, climate and air quality control, comfort settings. What else we got there? Exterior ambient lighting, remote locking, unlocking and starting. So it's quite an in-depth system. Now some people will like this kind of function. For me, I just don't like it. There's just far too much going on for my liking. This is the cruise control, the climate control. Has a cold button. I presume that's aircon. It is just cold air. These turn and stuff comes on there. Fan start, and you press the buttons and it goes different locations. You can hear the engine just change tone then. So, let's talk about the engine. 1.7 diesel, turbo injected, very fast engine. Now, you've heard what I've had to say over the last 6 minutes. You're probably thinking, oh, he really hates this car. And I have to be honest with you, no, I don't really hate this car. I think it has far too many buttons. Buttons, 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 everywhere. But how it drives is really good. I did that 127 miles today, and I've been sat in this chair, and it's comfy enough. It's not the most sporty of a chair, if that makes a difference, but they're comfy enough. Visibility is poor in these little mirrors in Montsouris, but the rear mirror is fine. I've had the air conditioning on, that was good as well, nice and comfortable. Although you can't turn it off. Interesting. The music sounds fine. I used the cruise control, took me a little bit how to work it out, but once I got there it was fine. I haven't used any of the telephone functions yet. I haven't used the radio function, as in train station. Press that, I presume. Oh, it's handy. So there we go. I did actually tune a station into there, I just lost it. And it's lost my smooth FM as well, which was tuned into number 1.
23. Now he's managed to get himself in trouble.
So never mind.
That he jumped up to give his
so maybe not the best test of the stereo there. You can turn off the active stability control. I think it's just basically stopping your wheels from locking using the ABS sensors. So there we go. There's your handbrake. Now, what I don't like about so to add another bit I don't like, but so the handbrake's on now. So you try and go forward, and it's hard to show you this, but you see how it's just dipping like you have the handbrake on, and then it breaks traction, and then that's it going, and that's how it works. But for me, I don't think I like that. I don't think I like the idea of me having to try and break traction every time. You see that? So, take as you wish. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions regarding the car, I'm happy to help you. If you do decide to buy one, you will like it. It's nice. It's not an MPV, as they say. It's more just like an estate car, the best way of describing it. Comfy to drive. It's fast. It's really fast. The fuel, it's not the best on fuel, if I'm honest with you, despite what the figures say, but it does seem to drive okay. A lot of poke, a lot of power. Just takes a little bit of you getting used to it, but you should like it. It comes with a 100,000 mile guarantee as well, so if Vauxhall say it's that good, it's got to be. Anyway, thank you for watching, take care, and any questions, please feel free to ask.